Hey, welcome. So this is my kind of one of my fallback sequences that I do when I kind of don't want to think about anything too much. It's kind of light and easy. So it's just a good way to kind of check in with yourself, or if you have a lower mood, it helps to kind of raise up a low mood. Or if you just don't have the time to kind of go through a whole lot, and it's maybe a little bit um, of a challenge to get yourself motivated and on the mat. So this is kind of a nice lighter sequence that'll comprise of a little bit more stretching down on the mat. And we're just going to work a little bit, though. The challenge is going to be more about working the brain, actually, the right and left side of the brain, which we kind of always do, but this is really a way of kind of working around the mat, kind of rotating, coming back through the other side. And at the same time, we're going to reverse the sequence of the postures. So therein lies a little bit of strategy to connect the right and left side of the brain. So with that, let's get started. You might need 2 blocks today and a strap. So there's going to be some variations with the sequence on the second time that we do them. And you might want to challenge yourself a little bit with using a strap. So you might want to have that, or anything that you can kind of grab your foot or your leg with. Okay, so we're going to start with just a little bit of warm up. So we'll come standing right away and just set yourself into your feet. Feel the ground come in and up to find that grounding energy. And let yourself grow nice and tall through your spine. Drop your tailbone like an anchor behind you. And let that firm your low belly so you feel that beautiful support and stability that comes within. And soften your shoulders, release your arms. And let's stay here for one more breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's bring the palms to the heart. And just add just a simple maybe word of gratitude for your practice, for just getting on the mat today, for breathing, for waking up in your body, letting everything be as it is, and just being grateful for all that you do have, for all that comes in. And let's make room and adjust, get softer for all of that that can be carried away, that can leave, that can go on. And let's take a nice, deep, bright inhale. Make a little sound out with your breath, a cooling, soothing exhale. Maybe you want to find that ujjayi breath. And then we're going to start. Let's inhale, simple sun salutations to wake up the spine. And exhale and fold in, bending your knees as much as you need to. Plant your palms. We're going to step the right and the left foot back and find your plank pose. And it can always be a knee down plank if you're working on your strengthening. And then wherever you are, firm your belly. Go longer if your knees are down. Go longer on your knees. If your legs are up, go forward with your shoulders and keep your collarbones nice and broad. Take one more inhale. And then use the exhale to lower yourself to the floor, nice and slow, resisting on the way down. Point the toes back. Inhale into the chest. Let the chest lift forward and up out of the legs. Keep the legs strong and active to support this back bend. And then take one more nice full breath in through the chest, kind of pouring that energy forward and up. And then exhale and take it down. Plant the palms. Tuck your toes, lift the hips, go back, downward dog. Finding that beautiful balance between the hands and the feet. Sound out your breath, even quietly. Maybe it's a little hum sound, maybe it's an om sound, maybe the mouth needs to open. And then look forward, take a step or a walk up to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. You can slide your palms up your shins. Keep the collarbones really open here as you inhale, and then exhale and fold in. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, palms to the heart. Begin to bend your knees, bend at your hips to hinge down to your legs, taking that forward fold. Drop your head. Let's take a step back again. Left, right, find your plank. Holding evenly, holding steadily. This is where the mindfulness comes in. Kind of smile to your effort, whatever the physical effort is. Let the mind be completely at rest, completely peaceful. Turn up your legs about 25% more if the knees are lifted, and then begin to come forward with the shoulders and lower yourself down, resisting, resisting, resisting. And then inhale, pull into your cobra, lifting and opening the chest, swallowing the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale and tuck your toes. Lift your hips up and go back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Sounding out that exhale, soothing and smoothing out any tension or friction in the body with your breath, just by the act of breathing. One more nice inhale. And really slow and smooth this exhale out. Look forward, take a step or a walk or a hop up to your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out, fold in. Rising up, inhale. And exhale, we're going to come right back down. Just folding into your legs, making that hinge at your hips a little deeper, lifting the tailbone a little higher, dropping the crown toward your toes. Feeling like you can stretch your whole entire spinal cord from one end to the other. Press into your hands, step back. Plank pose once again. Inhale, and then exhale, push with your inner palms, lift your hips up and float back. More weight towards your heels if they're up or down. And then again, let's use the inhale to float it out into your plank. And again, it could be knees down here. Come forward, opening up the collarbones. Exhale, lift up. Use the core, use the lower abdomen. Go back. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, come forward. And exhale from the belly. Lift those hips up and go back. More weight into your heels. Use the strength of your arms to push your body back. Lengthening the back of the neck, lengthening those calf muscles. You might want to really come up high on your toes. Bend the knees just to sit your low ribs on the tops of your thighs. Drop your head towards the floor, opening up the shoulders. You can pulse a little here. And then maybe even open up the legs, land the heels, and maybe the crown of the head comes towards the floor. Maybe the nose. And then come forward. Lower knees. Come forward a little more, keeping the collarbones nice and broad and lower. Knees, chest, chin, keeping the buttocks up in the air. Stretch the chin forward. Inhale. And then exhale. Lengthen the legs back. Scrape the chest forward and lift up. Maybe pull into a full upward dog this time. Big breath here. And then exhale. And come up and back. Downward facing dog. So you might want to try this first with blocks. As I said, we're going to just make sure that we have the support that we need. So just always have blocks around. We're going to step up to the top of the mat now. And we're going to start the sequence first with Parsvottanasana. Parsvottanasana is one of those poses, so it's a deep back body stretch. Helps lengthening the spine and also strengthening the spine as we keep the hips square. So a good thing to remember in this pose, this is also called pyramid, is to bring the weight more into the inner big toe mound and the inner heel bones, and that's going to help to square the hips. So really take a little tug back with that right hip, send the chest forward, and then if you need your blocks alongside, you just want to make sure that you can have a nice firm press in the hands. And even if that doesn't require blocks, right, you still want to have your hands touching something. So I'll just demonstrate with blocks for now. Inhale, send the chest forward, bringing a little bit more weight into that back heel. And then exhale and lengthen down the forward leg. Let's do that again. Inhale, press down and lift the chest. Send the chest forward, soften your shoulders, keep that back leg really strong, and then exhale and fold in. The next pose in the sequence is going to take a little bit more of a further step back and find side angle pose. So you can work with the blocks if you have them alongside you, or you can just simply come up and then place your right arm on top of your right thigh. Again, really firm that left quad. Bring a lot of weight into that outer back foot to anchor, and then reach the left arm over your ear. Good. Softening into that right shoulder. So try not to dump so much of your weight here, but work into your abdominals more to brace and use that abdominal energy to keep the spine nice and long. Inhale. And exhale, maybe sit down a little lower in this pose. One more nice big breath up that whole diagonal line. And then we exhale and we'll come into lizard pose. So you're going to heel toe your right foot out to that right side of your mat. Bring the back knee down. Maybe come onto the forearm so you can stay on your hands. Your hands or your blocks are going to be on the inside of your right foot. I'm just going to come down on my forearms here, and we're going to stay here for an inhale and exhale. Just let the hips melt a little bit. Good. Bring a little bit more of a stronger press in your right foot. And inhale into the chest, sending the chest forward. And exhale, and again, just melt into the hips. Let your shoulders soften. And then the next inhale is going to send the right arm forward alongside your right ear. Really sharpen the reach of that right arm out through the right fingertips. Take an inhale, just increasing that stretch a little bit more. And then exhale and release. All right, next one is just a simple twist. So again, you can still work with the blocks here. You can be on your forearm if you like. You can stay on the back knee or lift it. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Big breath. And stay for your exhale. Good. One more big reach up. This time you're going to walk the right foot back. Not even halfway on your mat. Keep pressing into your left hand or your left arm to lift, pick up your hips a little bit, and reach your right fingertips over your ear. And then exhale, reach with your right fingertips towards the back leg as you let the hips sink towards the floor, kind of twizzling into that hip a little bit, scouring out that joint. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, press everything against the floor. Good. Back knee is down, and then exhale. And continue just letting the hips sink down. Now you're going to stay down. We're going to face that right long edge of your mat. And I'm just going to turn and face the camera. So it's just a little bit easier to pick up on what I'm actually doing down here. So our legs are stacked, and you're going to angle them slightly so you're a little bit more stable in this position. You can stay on your forearm, or you can even come down and cradle your head. Use your right hand. It's a little bit of support here. And then we're going to inhale and lift the top leg, that's the right leg, about halfway up. And then the exhale is going to send the left leg squeezing in and scissoring those legs together. And we're going to stay for a count of 5. Maybe you can even relax the top leg a little bit more into the strength of the bottom leg. And we're about at 3 and 2 and 1, and slowly lower the legs all the way down. Stretch them long. Let's reach the top leg all the way up this time and just hold anywhere. And again, you can be on any position of your arms that are helpful. And again, if you can't hold anywhere, that leg is too far away, this is a good spot for a strap. And again, the bottom leg is a little bit angled, so you stay stable and you're not moving around so much. So you can concentrate on the stretch that's happening, trying to create a little bit more space between the legs, maybe working the ankle, flexing and pointing the toes, and even circle that ankle around. Take one more breath. Bring a little bit more distance between the bottom leg and the top leg if you can, getting into that stretch. Big breath here. And then as you exhale, we're going to slowly bend the top leg. Shift the thigh behind you now, and it's going to come into a simple thigh stretch. Okay, again, any position of your left arm is good. And then as you even pull that left or the right thigh back, can you lengthen the chest in the opposite direction? So I'm kind of puffing the chest forward, right, towards the screen as that right side goes back, increasing that quad stretch, hip flexor stretch, maybe bringing the heel a little bit closer to the buttock. Stay here for one more inhale breath. And then exhale, release that. Press into your right hand. You're going to come up this time. I prefer to come up on my left hand. And then you're going to step the right leg behind you, keeping the right heel lifted. And you'll see why. We're just going to lift up into rainbow pose. So press down, lift the hips, lengthen out that whole right side, and just kind of drip your head out of your hips and your legs. And exhale, and we're slowly going to come back down. Okay, now we're going to take both hands behind. You're going to bend both knees. Stay here and press into your fingertips. Lift and puff your chest up. And then exhale, start to just bring yourself back, seated just above your tailbone. Start to lift the legs up in your boat pose, keeping that upward and open position of your chest and your collarbones. Soften your shoulders, make more of the work happen in your lower belly. Stay here, smile. It really helps. Maybe you want to add to this by straightening the legs. You can keep holding as long as that hold can help you keep that lift in your chest, or maybe just turn on a little bit more of your hip flexors as well as your belly and reach your arms alongside. Stay here for one more inhale and exhale, and slowly take it down. Keep the knees bent, walk the hands back, fingerprints back, and we're going to inhale and squeeze up to reverse tabletop. Big breath here. And exhale and slowly come down, bring the soles of the feet together, and we'll come into star pose, star forward fold. So keeping the feet a little bit more forward so it's not a tight Baddha Konasana. And then hold and round your back, nice and easy. And bring your forehead down towards your heels. Just use the weight of the head forward and down. One more big breath. Breathe into the back, the back waist, the lower back. Anywhere where you feel tightness, kind of open up against that strain. The fibers of your muscles, kind of let them open up like threads of fabric. And exhale and deeper down. Look forward to come out of it. Let's inhale. And again, both knees bend. Now we're going to reverse the postures going back to the opposite side of the mat. So now the right leg straightens out, a little bit angled to the side. You're going to come up on your left toes. The left heel stays lifted. Lean into your right arm, and we're going to push off the floor. Reach the left arm over your head, drip your head out of your spine, squeeze your back muscles, your glute muscles, and slowly lower yourself all the way down, turning towards the opposite side of your mat now. Again, you can stay up or you can lower down. I'm just going to lower down onto my forearm, and we're going to take that quad stretch. Okay, so again, we're working the postures backwards, working on both sides of the brain. Good, finding that balance. Take that left side back. As you go back with the left side, can you pull the chest out and forward, kind of creating more distance between the middle of your chest and your left knee. Maybe squeezing the heel in towards your buttocks a little tighter. Breathe into the front of your left hip flexor. Deep breath. And then release. We're going to go all the way up. And again, if you use the strap for this, you're fine with your strap, or you'll come down if you rather that position of your arm. And then again, increase the length between the top and the bottom leg. Good. Work the ankle as you did on the opposite side. One more nice big breath to get a little bit more of a stretch. And then exhale, and we're going to lower that leg halfway down. Good. Preparing for lifting up the bottom leg. So that's scissoring in the adductor muscles. Really strong scissors. Use the exhale to lift up off the floor and squeeze against the weight of your left leg, that top leg. Really turning on the bottom leg, letting even the top leg soften a bit. Holding for 5, use your belly, 3 and 2, squeeze, and 1, and let go. Beautiful, everybody. So we're going to start the process of going around the mat, and that's going to take that left knee to bend it. Step the left foot about halfway up, turning the toes away from you. And we're going to inhale and pick it all up. Really press against the floor. So the bottom leg, again, could stay bent like we did the first time. And also, I was on my forearm the first time. So I'll just keep that continuity here. Reaching, opening up, filling up into the top ribs. Exhale, sinking the hips down, reaching towards the back leg. And we'll do one more real big push off the floor. And then we're going to come forward. Okay, as we come forward, we'll step that left leg back up. And little quiz here, what's next? See if you can remember. It's the twist. Back knee can stay down or up, press into your right hand. You can also have a block there. And lift your left arm up, peek up to your left fingertip. Big, beautiful breath here. Send up. Nice. And exhale. What are we doing next? Can you remember? Turn on that brain. We're going to come into lizard pose. So again, I use the blocks here. So I'll keep it on the straight and narrow and not confuse everybody. And I'll come down on my forearms, just like I did before. And the first breath is just kind of leaning into that stretch with your inhale and just letting the exhale settle everything towards the floor. And then the next inhale, you want to firm the press of your left foot, especially your inner left foot. And send your chest forward as you breathe in. Don't engage the shoulder blades. Let the shoulder blades be soft. Let the chest open and fill. Exhale, melt the hips. And then our last inhale, you remember this? It's that pull, that really sharp pull through the left arm, out through the left fingertips alongside your temple. Breathing in, really go for that lengthening. Stay for your exhale, feel a little bit more of that stretch. This really is all about the internal structure of your hips now. And then lower the hand down. Okay, so we're going to lift the back knee up, flatten and angle the back foot. We'll come into our extended side angle. Okay, setting it up. Arm or block on the inner or outer front foot. Really work into the outer back foot. That's your anchor here. And firm your right thigh. Inhale, reach the right arm alongside your right ear. You can look up, down, or straight ahead. See if you can get a little deeper into the hips and the legs, keeping the back leg super firm. Big inhale, light up that whole right side. And then exhale, we reach for our blocks for the pose that we started with. Dantara, pyramid pose. Pop the back foot in. There's always less distance in pyramid because we go for that squareness through the hips. Okay, so the lengthening of the legs is really it's subordinate to the squaring of the hips. Inhale, lengthen the chest, go forward, and exhale and fold into your forward leg. There could be a little micro bend in the front leg in pyramid. What's really important is the back leg is really strong, really firm. Let's do that one more time. Inhale and exhale and go down. Feel that beautiful stretch. Good. We're going to step the back foot up. Inhale, lengthen out. You can continue to use blocks here if that's really helpful for your forward fold. Exhale, see if you can go down, tipping your weight into your toes a little more, into your inner big toe mounds, into your inner heels. See if you can really feel that spread of your sit bones, letting them widen apart. And draw the crown of your head towards your toes. Stay here for another inhale. Just tipping your weight more and more forward. Exhale, and just release everything. Maybe the knees are bent here. That's great. And then let's rise up, inhale, breath. Keep the legs actively pushing down as the arms, sharpening that reach through the arms. Exhale, pumps to the heart. Stay here just for a refresh, a little reset, dropping the tailbone like an anchor, keeping that lower belly turned on. Let's inhale, use the feet, use the legs, exhale, take a fold in. We'll take a little vinyasa before we go around the second side. Go forward, breathing in, even on your knees, right? Exhale and take it down. Inhale, up dog, or stay low in your cobra. And then exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a nice smooth breath in and sound it out. Let's take one more breath like that. You can really come high on your toes, bend your knees, kick your tailbone up to the ceiling as you drop the head down. And then maybe really go back, opening up the shoulders, maybe taking soft pulses. Maybe the head comes to the floor. Good. Let's come forward any way you'd like. And then we're going to go around to the other side. Okay, so let me just check this out first. Yeah, this is going to be a good side for everyone to see me better. Okay, so I'm not going to use the blocks this time. You might want to have your straps handy. I'm going to take a step back, with the right foot this time. So the left foot is going to be forward to start for Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Left hip goes back. We're just going to take one breath here. Inhale, reaching the chest. Exhaling, going long over your left leg. On the next inhale, we're going to take a further step back, finding the side angle, so you can play with your strap here for side angle. So if you don't have a bind for side angle, this is a great way to kind of start that process. So you'll hold your strap in your right hand as your left knee bends. You can start with your arm here and then start to feed the left hand under the thigh and see if you can reach for that strap. So there can be any distance between your hands here. What's going to help is that's going to help the rotation of your right shoulder up, keeping the back leg strong as always, getting down, and then you can start to work your hands closer together when it's the right time. But this will start to help that process of eventually coming into a full bind where you can hold the right fingers or the right wrist or even the right forearm with your left fingers. Good. Turn your chest, open your right shoulder for one more breath. And exhale. And we're going to come out of it. So back to lizard pose. Only this lizard, I will invite you to keep the back knee lifted. And also bring the knee down if you need that. Again, you can come onto your forearm, right and left. Big breath, go back to the heel as much as you're going forward, pulling forward through the chest. You still integrate that stretch in your leg into the entire body, right? We don't like to separate out the parts, right, so much and kind of isolate parts. We want to really integrate even a stretch, you know, into the whole body. How does the whole body react to that stretch? How can we reformulate how we feel that stretch? And take another deep breath in and reach that left arm forward, sharpen through the fingers. Big breath, and then exhale, just stay and let the hips lean towards the floor. And you're lowering down the back knee. Good, and then we're just going to, oh, now see, I even forgot. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna lift the back knee up and we're gonna go into that twist. So again, knee down or up. So see how you kind of do a little blip in your brain. So this is really good to kind of work backwards and forwards. Good, big breath in. And bring some air. If the back knee is lifted, bring some air underneath your right hip. And exhale. And then slowly lower down. So you can keep the back knee down for this. Lift up into this. So we'll start here. And I just want to show you two different ways you can do this. Vashisthasana variation. So we did this before, right? So now we're just going to add on maybe a little challenge here, but you can certainly stay with the first variation. So you just want to wrap the strap any fashion around the ball of your left foot. You can stay on your back knee and work your right shoulder blade into your back for more strength and stability, and pick up your left leg. Big breath, open up. And then those of you that are stronger, feel free to pick up the entire back leg as well, going into a full Vashisthasana, just like so. And then we're going to slowly come down, land on your right side. Again, we're going to face out, face along that long edge of your mat. And we're going to pull the legs, stacking the legs and also at a slight angle. And let's take an inhale, pick up the bottom leg, use the exhale to squeeze the bottom leg into the top leg. And 5. And 4, relax your shoulders, even though you're using your arms. And 3, I know. And 2, squeeze and one, squeeze harder, squeeze, 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 and lower everything down, kick up the top leg. And again, you can work your strap here. Everybody just pulling a little bit deeper into that foot if a strap is helpful, maybe not. And again, don't overwork the shoulders. Try to relax the shoulders as you do this. And so the leg doesn't have to kick up completely straight. So maybe your stretch is more this way or a little bit further back behind you. So you can play with that, see what feels better. And take one more inhale. Exhale, we're going to bend the knee. We're going to go back to that quad stretch. Really kick the heel in more. Maybe this time as you send the chest out, it's like almost a little back bend. You can tilt the head back. And slowly step the foot back behind you. We'll come up into that little rainbow pose, just pressing down into the right hand, keeping the left heel lifted, lift up. Big reach overhead, whole side body stretch. And exhale. And slowly lowering down, both hands back, bend both knees. Inhale here, lift the chest. Exhale, keep the chest lifted, hold. Boat pose, any variation, any flavor you like. It's challenging to actually bring the palm straight up and the arms alongside. If you like this flavor, inhale and exhale, and just hug in, round your back like cat spine here. Really hug your navel against your spine. And then again, step into your feet, bring the hands back, reverse tabletop, squeeze up. Use your back body to lift and open your front body. See if you can level out your knees to your hips, to your shoulders. Find those areas that you might sink. It might be the butt, right? It might be the chest. So kick up a little bit more, use the back body a little bit more to kind of iron out those sagging areas, and then slowly, slowly come down. We're going to reverse it on the opposite side. Step into the ball of your right toes, right heel stays lifted, angle out your left leg, press into your left hand, and rainbow pose. Big breath in, reach with the right fingers. Really open and breathe into the belly, into the chest, into the front of the hips. Exhale, and we come down. Okay, we're going to go right into the quad stretch, bringing the heel back, sending the chest forward. Think of a little back bend happening here. Big breath in. And exhale, send the leg up. Again, if you used your strap, might want to use it again here. Come down for a cradle hold if that's better. And again, work the stretch however you need it. Maybe a little forward, maybe a little behind. Really kind of feel it out for yourself. And then we're going to lower halfway down, preparing for that adductor to lift up. Use your exhale. Good, send up. Feel that squeeze at the base of the pelvic floor. You really want to feel mula bandha here. And hold for a count of 5 and 4. Squeeze up. And 3 and 2 and 1. Big, big, big squeeze. And let everything come down to the ground. Nice. So we're going to come up. Again, you can stay on your forearms if you like. And we're going to, because we worked with the strap on the opposite side. Again, I'll demo it on this side as well. Don't need that big loop. Okay, and then make sure that it's around firmly the ball of your foot. And you can keep that bend in the bottom leg. And we're just gonna come up. Big breath. Pull with the strap to really squeeze up. Good, big breath here. Maybe a fuller lift up. Woo, into full Vashisthasana. Big breath here. And then exhale. You can bring the back leg down, or you can just start to walk the right foot forward to place it. So when you have a strap, it's kind of a lot easier to do that. And do you remember what we did? Oh yeah, it's the twist. Big breath, keeping the back knee up or down. Inhale and exhale. We bring both hands down, keeping the back leg up for lizard if you like. You can bring your forearms down, left and right. And send the chest forward away from the back heel. Inhale, relax, melt the hips. Exhale. Send out through the right arm. Sharpen the reach of that right arm. Go forward. And melt the hips as you exhale. That was just keeping me in time. And then inhale slowly. Start to come out of it. We're going to now anchor the back foot, and we'll come up for that extended side angle. So if you have a bind, just go right into it. Otherwise, I'm just going to show again with the strap. You're going to bring the strap around behind you with the left hand. Reach underneath your right thigh with your right arm as you lean forward. And then grab the strap wherever you can. Press the arm against the inner leg to spin the chest open. Especially you want your left shoulder to be up, stacked over your right shoulder, optimum, but definitely not like here. Right, so we really want to use that strap. Maybe you need to kind of give yourself a little bit more space to let that be a little easier, and then see if you can get down more into your hips and your legs. Inhale. And exhale, we're coming out in our last pose again, which was our first pose. You got it, pyramid pose. Step the back foot in, angle it slightly. Good, weight into your inner feet, pull the right outer hip back, breathe in, send the chest forward, right knee could be bent. Exhale and fold in. Finding a smoother, deeper exhale to really empty out, really clearing the energy, and step the back foot up. Big breath. And fold in as you breathe out. Make this exhale a little more elongated so the diaphragm has a really nice stay in its comfortable mode of relaxation. That is the exhale side. And then let's come up, inhale. Reach up, sharpen the reach of the arms, drop the tailbone down, and palms together, and we come back to the heart. Big full breath in. Open up the chest, the shoulders, the collarbone, but also can you feel like you can open up that deeper sense of heart? Open up and feel connected, feel part of everything around you. Good, feel that ocean swell of love, understanding, whatever you want to call it, goodwill towards all beings. Okay, everyone, that was our walk around the block little series. Okay, and now we're just going to work a little bit tighter on the pyramid pose. So you're going to take a step back with your left foot, angle it back. And we're going to work with different arms here. So you can bring your hands to opposite shoulders behind your back. You can bring reverse namaste, Prashanjali behind your back. or you could even take fifth. So we'll try to do a down and also an up. This is really good for the spine. This is really strengthening, also lengthening for the spine, for the vertebrae. So just start with the feeling of just bringing more of your weight into your back heel, raising up your chest. Inhale. Oh, Teddy, be quiet. Exhale and start to come forward. More and more of your weight is pouring into that left heel, and that's going to help balance all the weight that's coming forward and down your right leg. Again, your right knee could be slightly bent. Hook in, maybe the forehead comes towards the shin. Stay here for a breath in and out. And then we use the inhale. We use the strong press of that back foot to start to come forward and up. So keep bringing more weight back, and that's going to help balance your weight so it's much easier to come up. Beautiful, everybody. And then we're going to step the back foot up. Take the left foot back, or yeah, right foot back, left foot is forward. Even out your hips. Good, pull the left hip back, right hip forward. Again, there could be a slight bend in the left knee, but keep that strong press of the back leg. And then the same arms. Let's breathe in, lift your chest. And then exhale. Keep pressing more of your weight forward. So the more you angle forward with your torso, the more weight has to come back into that back heel and bring yourself down. Good. Hinging at the hips, lowering the head towards the shin. And then inhale, reverse the process to come back up. Good. When it seems like you get stuck, you can't pull yourself out of it, pour even more of your weight into that back heel and continue. You'll be surprised. Come all the way up and then step the feet together. We'll come into chair squat now, breathing in, reaching the arms forward and up, but they can be softer, right? They can be at your waist or they can be in cactus. You want your weight back into your heels. You should see all 10 toes peek out. Breathing in and breathing out. You can play with blocks here. Let's stay for one more breath in. Again, feel that ocean swell behind your heart and lift it. Big, beautiful breath. Send it up and out. Exhale, palms together. Let's turn. You can anchor your left elbow outside your right knee, or you can just keep the hands floating. Keep your chest really bright. Left hip back. Inhale, turn at the waist. And then exhale, come out of it. Reach up, breathe in. Let's go to the left side as you breathe out. Anchoring or floating. Right hip pulls back, keeping the knees in line. Inhale, reach the arms back. Exhale, sink a little bit more. And then reach for your block. Reach the right leg up and back. Just a warrior three. Good, heavy the press of your left foot down. And then step the feet together, hips down and back, arms forward, or any way that you found your chair. Reach for your blocks, exhale, weight into your right foot, left leg lifts behind you. Go forward through your chest as you push back through your left heel, and then step the feet together. Good, even out your weight. Inhale. And then exhale, let's go again. Right leg up. This time maybe stack the hip. Open out. Maybe the right hand comes up also, finding Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale and chair squat. Inhale, reach for your block. Step into your right foot. Left leg lifts, warrior three, or stack the hip. This gives you a nice stretch in the inner thigh, right after those adductor lifts we were doing. Good, keep the press of the right inner foot strong and firm. And then step the feet together, exhale, chair squat. work your lower body. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, you can use your blocks or not. Warrior three, whoop. Exhale, step the feet together, chair squat. Inhale, right foot presses, left leg goes up, warrior three. Exhale, step the feet together. And then inhale again, right leg up, maybe the block, maybe the hand to the floor. Maybe you can bend the knee, right? We were doing this from the floor. Maybe even reach your left arm forward alongside your left ear and really sharpen the reach of that left arm as you pull back into the right thigh. Whoa. And then come down, step the feet together, hips down and back, up with the arms, inhale, and exhale. And again, left leg goes back. Good. Maybe no hands. And then maybe now you can open into your Ardha Chandrasana, your half moon. Bending the knee, Chapasana. Good. Really stretch that back. Feel a lot more open because we already worked this. And then maybe reach strongly, really sharp through the reach of the right arm. Big breath here. And then come out of it, step the feet together, exhale. Reach, go down a little more, go down a little more. The knees could spring open, really reach. You can walk your blocks forward and use that weight of your upper body forward and down through the head to bring your heels back, and you'll get that really nice stretch in your low back. This is what I love this pose for. Maybe the heels come down, maybe they're not, it's fine. Just really get that stretch in and then slowly come down. Beautiful, everybody. Good, just work the legs apart. And we're gonna come onto the belly. And we'll do bow pose. So let's do some nice symmetrical stretches. Good, we'll first start working with Sphinx pose. And the reason why I'm gonna do that is just to kind of build the energy and the lift through the chest first, keeping the legs straight and strong. Come up on your forearms, use your fingertips to kind of pull your chest forward. Good, really lift up through your lower belly, make your legs stronger, and then bend your knees. Keep that lift and that chest really nice and wide, and then reach back for both of your ankles. Good, and then flex the toes so they point away from you, and then bring a lot of energy into your legs as they kick back. Good, kick your chest up and send it forward. Again, the energy is going in both directions evenly. Legs back, toes back, chest forward. Inhale and exhale. And take the chest down. And you're just gonna softly roll like a little baby, side to side. And this is just gonna loosen everything up and just make it feel really nice. Don't overthink this. You just want to kind of channel your little baby self in your crib saying, like, what do I do with this body? Maybe I'll just roll it around. All right, and then we can work on just maybe a kickstand Shalabhasana. So that would be bend your left leg, come down, arms alongside, bring your chin forward, step your right leg, and step your left foot on top of your right thigh, wherever it can reach. And then just press down into your hands and send your chin forward and down. Picking up a little bit more. And then undo the leg. Lengthen both legs out for a moment. Breathe in. And then we'll just do the other side. Send your right leg, send your left leg up, and step your right foot anywhere where it can fit. Mine has to be a little angled. And then walk your chest a little forward, your chin a little forward, open your throat. Breathe in. And then lift the leg to bring everything back down again. Make a pillow with your arms and just roll your hips side to side. It's a nice little reset, breathing in through the low back. And starting to come up. Widen the knees. Push back to child's pose, big toes touch. And really use that exhale for that soothing quality that it brings into the nervous system. And we'll take Janu Shirshasana here. Right heel into the groin, or it can be even on the right side of the groin, and the toes can be to the inner left thigh. You really want to deepen here. And again, you can use your strap. And then you can hold the strap with the left hand, reach the right arm overhead. And then as the right arm comes overhead, then you can start to bend the left elbow, and the left forearm can even come on the inside of that left leg. And then maybe with that sharp reach through your right arm, you can maybe even hold your toes of the left foot. And then just kind of use the hold of the strap to turn your gaze underneath your right arm. If you can, you might not even need the strap to hold on to the opposite side of the foot. So the left hand holds the inner foot on the big toe side, and the right arm reaches to the outer foot on the pinky toe side. Breathe into your right ribs, your right waist, keep your right hip heavy, and then come up. And we'll just switch sides. Legs lengthen apart. Again, the heel can come to the right inner groin, but it can also come to the left inner groin where the toes are more into the right inner groin. And that's just going to deepen the pose a little. All right, and then we're going to, again, use the strap with the right hand. Left arm reaches, anchor your left hip down and go up out of the hip and over towards your right leg. Reaching, sharpening that reach through the arm, bending the elbow. On the inside, maybe lowering the elbow down as you reach towards the toes. Maybe you catch them. If not, use the pull of the right strap, keeping the left fingertips floating, or maybe you have a hold of the pinky toe and turn your chest underneath. Maybe you can release the strap and hold the big toe with your right fingers. Take one more breath. Really good, deep side body stretch all the way down into the hips, those tight stabilizer muscles, and come up, ending with just a forward fold. So any degree that you want to come into your forward fold, walking your right and your left hip bone back, maybe keeping your knees bent. And if you have that strap, you'll press, especially your big toe mounts into the strap. It's going to help to turn the thigh bones in on either side, flaring the hips out, the sit bones out. So there's a widening and there's more feeling of ground in your hips. And then lift up, exhale, and pull yourself towards your legs. So your knees could be bent here. And again, you can release your ribs towards your thighs. Take your head down and drop the energy out of your shoulders, even if you're still using the arms with the strap. See if you can just let go in the shoulders more. And if you have the legs completely straight, really use the legs down into the floor. Activate your outer hips and glutes. Pick up your chest, breathe in, send it forward. And as you breathe out, use a pull in the strap even more to elongate yourself as you come into your legs. And wherever you are, you're going to stay for 3 breaths to really start to feel the full benefits of that forward fold, how it kind of deactivates, decommissions the sympathetic side of the nervous system, that fight-flight energy, into that completely smooth, even, beautiful parasympathetic side, the rest and relax side of our nervous system. So with that, stay with your breath, come into Shavasana if you like for another 5, even 10 minutes, depending on what time of day it is and what your need really requires, right? So always giving yourself the attention to really formulate your practice around what's going on, like what's here, what's happening at this moment, bringing yourself into that presence, bringing yourself into yourself. Thank you so much for joining me. Conscious well-being. Let's all be a little bit more conscious. And happy fall, everyone. Namaste.